Yo, what up YouTube? CC back today, and we are in another top 100 game in Weekend League. And of course, when you play Weekend League, you're gonna run into sweaties, and this was a sweaty. This was a sweaty. Uh, and this was 2 weeks ago still. So like I'm gonna be intermixing in just games that I've played, right? Not necessarily from this past week, because sometimes you record a ton of games. I do record all of my Weekend League games, and I want to make sure that I get sort of the best ones out to you guys, or the most exciting, or whatever it may be. So they may not always be in order, but they are coming. So we see here we actually get the ball first, and so it's, we gotta have to square up. We gotta get some points, right? Anytime that we get the ball first, I always feel that there's a lot of pressure to make sure that we score. Uh, you have to at least put up 3. You can't put up a 0. If you put up a 0 spot, you're really putting yourself in a deep hole, and it's almost impossible to come out of. But this man, I mean, he's been doing a pretty good job, right? We haven't had any really big explosive plays. We hit the one post, so we're still just moving the ball. But we did get held up in the red zone here. And so smartly I said, all right, let me take my 3. I know I need my points instead of trying to go for it. If this was like a mutt head-to-head, I'm probably going for that. But in something like Weekend League, where really every win matters so much, whether it's against a good opponent or a bad opponent, you have to make sure that the right things happen. And then right here we've got what appears to be a really nice lurk. You guys saw when I hit Y, and I got bad timing on that, which was very interesting to me. I thought I timed that very well, but we didn't, apparently, and so the drive continues, right? Of course, you drop a pick, so what happens? The man picks up the first down the very next play. Go figure, right? So our opponent was in Ace Twins, or Ace Twins offset, or whatever they call it now. But this play, I mean, the pocket presence and the patience there was great by him. He was waiting for all the routes to come across, waiting for everything to happen. You see right here, he hits us with a really nice run, gets good blocking. He probably should have juked there. He might have been able to take it a little further, but I'm not going to complain. And then right there, we shoot the gap, miss it, but the CPU's there to clean it up for us. So 2nd and 10, he's taking his time as well going downfield. He gets ball at half. He knows that the closer he can take the clock down, the less time it gives me to respond. And then he gets the ball right back. So the ideal situation for our opponent is, get 7, but then get a 7 where it really, doesn't give us a lot of time. But we force him into 4th down, and instead of kicking the field goal here, he goes for it. And my user here, I saw the route coming across. I didn't think he was going to throw it, so I didn't go to it, but he smartly did. So that was, bad user by me, and it was a good read by him. He passed to the open guy on 4th down. He converted. Good job. And right here, I think he should have caught that. But thankfully for us, he drops it. And so I really didn't expect the run here at all. But he did. So I mean, I guess it was a good. I mean, if it works, it's a good call, right? And it worked. So I can't really, chastise anyone for making that call. But he does go up 7-3. And he left us a little bit of time before half. Enough to the point where, okay, we don't have a lot of timeouts. But I feel confident enough that we can at least make our way partially downfield. We just need to get a few yards, really. We don't need anything crazy. But right there, we see the tight end break up field off of his route. So now we're in field goal range with a minute left. And at this point, I'm feeling like, okay, I know. I need to make sure that I get some points. If I can keep this as close as possible, we're going to be in a really good spot. And right there, we get the ball down to the 5 with 7 seconds left. I'm thinking, okay, I got time for one pass play. And we throw it in and we get it. We score with 3 seconds left in the half. So now we're actually up at half, which is, perfectly ideal, him getting the ball. So it's no really transition from him getting like a double possession at the end of the half to the start of the second half. So it's like, okay, so we just got to keep doing what we're doing. I feel confident in our offense, and I feel pretty confident in our defense. Anytime I'm making someone drive down the field, like truly drive, I start to feel good. that someone can't necessarily just bomb me quick. I'm going to make them take their time and give them as many opportunities to make a mistake as possible, and that's all we were doing here. This was a really nice pass here. He got it off, and so again at this point, as my opponents always move downfield, I look at the clock and I understand to know that this will not be the last possession. I'm gonna have a chance to reply, and if possible, make it the last possession that I have the ball. But he scored a little quickly there, so there was almost no way we were really going to be able to clock out 6 minutes of the game at all. Would be very, very difficult, especially to ensure a touchdown. Right? If the game was tied, perhaps that's the path that we would have taken. But you see, a crucial drop there puts us to 3rd and 10. So I'm thinking, okay. And I run a setup, and as soon as I hike the ball, I see he's in cover 2, so I'm making a very predetermined read there, knowing exactly what's happening. And so at this point, there's no way we can clock the game out. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, if I can't clock the game out, I need to score as quickly as possible, because just in case, if everything goes wrong, I need to be able to get, have time on the clock left if he does score. So we score right there with 2:48 remaining. I'm thinking, okay, we're up 3, don't give up 7, and we'll be fine, right? If we have to go to OT or we get it, anything, it's okay. It's okay. So I'm willing to give up a lot of the underneath on this drive, and that run play, I think that really hurt him, right? Because pushes him to 2nd and 14, and anytime you push yourself a little bit further back, you start to get a little too aggressive, in my opinion. So right here we see 2nd and 9, and he's going to run and he's going to run, and he throws it over the line, so that really hurts him. Loss of downs, loss of 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 14. We're setting up, I was trying to set up a little bit of pressure there. Doesn't really come in, but because of the way that we had set up the match zones, he throws it right to Willie McGinnis, who is amazing. Willie McGinnis, to me, is the best linebacker in the game, by far. He does everything. But he plays that well. He gets the pick for us, and now we just have to clock the game out. Take his timeouts at a minimum, and then I feel confident because his offense is not explosive. That would be fine. But we do pick up the first down there, and at this point, the game's essentially over. We're going to be able to take 30 seconds off the clock, but if we do get the first down, it ends, and we get it, and we get the concede. So good game to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with more top 100, top 5, top 10 gameplay from Weekend League. Until next time, I'm CC, and I'm out. Peace.